What's going on, everybody? King of Dragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the Hasbro Marvel Legends Ant-Man and the Wasp Ant-Man. Really excited to have Ant-Man in hand. What we're going to do now is take a little break, get him opened up and out of the packaging, and then we'll go on to the rest of his review, so sit tight, everyone. And so here we have Ant-Man posing out of the packaging. Before we get on to the figure, let's have a look at what he comes with. Ant-Man does come with the left leg of the Cull Obsidian Build-A-Figure, which I'm really excited to complete this guy. Hopefully you'll stick around and see all the videos. But anyway, let's have a look at Ant-Man. He does come with one accessory. He comes with an alternate helmeted head, which looks really nice and really cool. And then he also does come with this Paul Rudd head, but it doesn't really look much like Paul Rudd. I honestly don't know what happened at Toy Fair. It looked like him, but now I don't know, they just made some kind of mistake that maybe the head is elongated too much, but I don't know. But anyway, still a nice looking figure, so let's actually take a little break and get a closer look at Ant-Man's details. So here we have a closer look at Ant-Man with the helmet on, and from all the images I can see, this is really accurate to how he looks with the helmet on. This is probably how I'm going to have him. It's not that I don't like this Paul Rudd head, it's just that I prefer having the masks on my characters. That's just how I have him displayed. But you can see all the nice little intricate details I put on him. You can see there's like a texturing right here on the top of his helmet. And it's just done really, really well. When I got him out of packaging, these mandibles, they were really warped. And I just took a hairdryer and got those back to how they should look. But looking on his costume, it's very well done. It reminds me of the Netflix Daredevil, actually. It's not the same sculpt because they don't share any parts, but that's what it does remind me of. And it looks so fantastic. Right here you can see all these sculpted details. Even this shoulder pad has like a little design in it, which looks really cool. Same on this side, although we do have a little bit of paint flaking right there, which is a little bit unfortunate. You can see the paint is done for the most part fairly well on both arms. The silver is nicely painted, and then they added the red to his gauntlets. Surprisingly, Ant-Man doesn't come with any alternate hands, which is a little surprising seeing as how they normally give figures alternate hands. You can see his belt is really nicely done. It's just made of a marbleized gray plastic, but it looks metallic, so I do like that. Then we have his costume again having all this detail, although I kind of feel like the paint on his legs is kind of heavy and it does take away from the details on his legs, but it's still there. You just have to really look for it there. The silver is clean for the most part. You just have to line it up just right for it to look perfect. But it's still a really nice sculpt. We get to his knee pads, which you can see has the little red there. Boots, again, nicely sculpted, nicely painted. So overall, a really nice looking figure. So what we're going to do now is compare Ant-Man to a few other figures in your collection. So here we have Ant-Man posed next to the comic book version of Ant-Man, and of course Thor from Infinity War. And you can see Thor is taller than Ant-Man, which is pretty accurate. That's the way it's supposed to be. Moving them off screen so we can actually move on to Ant-Man's articulation. He has a standard Marvel Legends articulation. He has a ball joint in the head, which doesn't really provide much up and down movement, but it is there. Very little side-to-side pivot, but we do get rotation. Now I have noticed that his head doesn't sit too tight on that ball joint. If you move it too far back, it does pop off. Too far forward, same thing. The Paul Rudd unmasked head is a tighter fit, and I just don't know if mine's not on right or if it's just mine. But moving on to his arms, they are on a ball joint, would go out to about that far. They do a full 360, swivel at the bicep. He is double jointed at the elbow. He swivels and hinges at the wrist, although it is a little hindered by the sculpting, and it's the same for both arms. You get a little hindered when moving his wrist up. Now his ab crunch is fairly weak for the most part. He looks back about that far, goes forward about that far. So not the greatest range on Ant-Man, and you can't get him to lean any more. Swivel at the waist, legs go forward, back, and out. Swivels at the thigh. He is double jointed in the knee. No problems there, and it's really nice stiff joints. I like that. hinges at the ankle, going forward, back, and forward facing pin for rocker ankle. So overall, a really good figure. Really love the way this Ant-Man looks. So what we're going to do now is take a little break, get him posed for my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this review. So sit tight, everyone. And so here we have Ant-Man posed for my final thoughts. Overall, I really do enjoy this Ant-Man figure. I did miss out on the original Ant-Man figure, but I really didn't like that figure, so I'm glad I passed on it. This one is a huge improvement over the original figure. This one actually has an accurate helmet, plus an unmasked Paul Rudd head. As inaccurate as it is still a really nice accessory. My only gripe is that he didn't come with any alternate hands or a shrunken down version of himself. But other than that, I still like the way this figure came out. I did find Ant-Man as well as the rest of the Cull Obsidian wave at Walmart, and I did pay about $19 for each one of them, which means each one came out to about $22. If you can find this Ant-Man in stores, I really recommend you pick him up. He's a nice figure and an overall improvement to a figure we already had. Or maybe you did, I didn't. But anyway, if you like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. Go check out all my other action figure reviews as well as all my other Marvel videos. Hopefully you find them informative. As always, if there's a figure you would like to see me review, let me know down in the comments, and if it fits in my collection, I'll definitely have a look at it. Until next time, guys, I'm KingofDragons 5000, and I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.